Yeah. Visualizing the resistance, the iron wall, the bridge and the blockade. Yeah. I am pulling the chassis of the 64 whip, refusing to let the street authorities slip. The tires are flat and the engine is gone, waiting for the arrival of the Project Dawn. We drag the busted metal to the mouth of the gate, creating a barrier for the tactical fate. The precinct is coming with the sirens and lights, disturbing the peace of the project nights. But the iron is heavy and the iron is stacked, preparing the soldier for the counterattack. I am a project pharaoh with the fortress of steel, making the internal project survivalist feel. The blue and the red are reflecting on the rust, turning the official authority to the dust. The entrance is closed and the passage is blocked, while the internal project energy is locked. The blockade at the project entrance tonight,
stopping the reach of the tactical light,
using the frames of the abandoned cars,
under the gaze of the project stars.
The blockade at the project entrance tonight,
preparing the spirit for the final fight.
The law is outside but the people are in,
knowing exactly where the violence begins.
I am name dropping brothers who were architects of the wall, waiting for the heavy project hammer to fall. The cruiser is stuck at the edge of the curb, leaving the silence of the street undisturbed. They cannot penetrate the mechanical maze, lost in the middle of the project haze. I see the sergeant with the radio in the hand, taking the final stand in this hollow land. The blockade is a symbol of the neighborhood will, sending the sudden and the violent chill. We are the masters of the concrete and the stone, leaving the street soldier feeling alone. The asphalt is a kingdom and the gate is a shield, before the secret hitters are finally revealed. Every rusted fender is a tooth in the mouth, protecting the brothers from the north and the south. The blockade at the project entrance tonight,
stopping the reach of the tactical light,
using the frames of the abandoned cars,
under the gaze of the project stars.
The blockade at the project entrance tonight,
preparing the spirit for the final fight.
The law is outside but the people are in,
knowing exactly where the violence begins.
Yeah, they can't get in. The bridge is a fortress, rusted metal and resolve. Let's go. I am a poet of the pavement with the golden ear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. The precinct is retreating to the safety of the base, searching for the shadow of the target face. The blockade is a witness to the power of the mass, watching the terrified project moments pass. The metal is a memory of the life that we led, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. I am the king of the bridge and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. The entrance is clear but the message is loud, standing in the middle of a funeral shroud. We built a wall and we held the line, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The law is a phantom and the street is the truth, feeding the hunger of the project youth. Queensbridge, the wall stays up. We the law here, the world is yours. Let the beat fade out. Yeah. Visualizing the betrayal. The world is getting smaller. One love turned cold. The bridge is watching. Yeah, I'm sitting in the whip with the engine shut down, watching the activity in the project town. The rear view mirror is a window to the truth, destroying the legacy of the neighborhood youth. I see the brother of a brother that I call a friend walk into the place where the loyalty will end. He got the yellow folder in the grip of the palm, breaking the rhythm of the city in the calm. The precinct doors are opening like a silver trap, moving the pieces on the neighborhood map. My heart is heavy and the world starts to shrink before the internal project spirit can blink. He walks with a purpose and he walks with the fear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate tear. The cold glass is reflecting the shame on the face, searching for the shadow of a forgotten space. The snitch in the rear view mirror today, watching the honor start to fade away. A folder in the hand and the soul for the cell, telling the ultimate neighborhood tale. The snitch in the rear view mirror today, leading the wolves to the project prey. The world is shrinking to a tiny little cell, ringing the funeral project bell. I name drop the brothers who were sitting in the cage, reading the words on the violent project page. They trusted the lineage and they trusted the name before the arrival of the snitching and the shame. How can the blood of a comrade turn cold, feeding the story that the feds have told? I wanna jump out and I wanna intervene, knowing exactly what the betrayal will mean. But the glass is a barrier and the truth is a weight, signaling the arrival of a sudden fate. The precinct is a vacuum that is sucking up the block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. He enters the lobby and he vanishes from sight, cutting through the fabric of the project night. The ink on the paper is a death warrant sign, leaving the terrified project thoughts behind. The snitch in the rear view mirror today, watching the honor start to fade away. A folder in the hand and the soul for the cell, telling the ultimate neighborhood tale. The snitch in the rear view mirror today, leading the wolves to the project prey. The world is shrinking to a tiny little cell, ringing the funeral project bell. Yeah, the paper don't lie, but the brother did. The world is a marble now, let's go. Look, I am a poet of the pavement with a golden eye, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. The bridge is a witness to the leak in the boat, feeling the pressure in the center of the throat. I am the survivor of the 95 war, opening the path for a project war. The code is a ghost and the code is a myth, leaving the enemy with nothing to work with, except for the folder and the words on the page, turning the key on the neighborhood cage. I start up the engine and I pull from the curb, leaving the silence of the street undisturbed. The world is a mirror of the choices we made, watching the progress that the ancestors made. I vanish in the traffic with the ghost in the glass, watching the terrified project moments pass. Queensbridge, keep your circle tight. Even the shadows talk. The world is yours. Let the beat fade out. Fade out. The realism from the peak, the gravel under the boots, the sky is the limit. I am standing on the gravel of the housing roof, searching for the evidence and the living proof. The binoculars are heavy on the bridge of the nose, watching where the dangerous project energy flows. The horizon is the line of the gold and the black, knowing there is never any turning back. The city is a grid of the hunger and the heat, monitoring the rhythm of the violent street. I am a project pharaoh in the altitude high, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. The chimneys are breathing the smoke and the soot, keeping the internal project energy put. I see the movement of the blue and the white, cutting through the fabric of the metropolis night. The lens is a window to the truth of the trap, moving the pieces on the neighborhood map. The rooftop lookout guarding the zone, leaving the street soldier feeling alone. The walkie-talkie static is a ghost in the air, taking the internal project spirit to prayer. The rooftop lookout guarding the zone, ruling the kingdom from a concrete throne. The horizon is a witness to the war in the dark, leaving a permanent psychological mark. I hear the crackle of the plastic in the hand, taking the final stand in this hollow land. The code is a whisper of the numbers and the names, playing the ultimate neighborhood games. I name drop the brothers who were watchers on the peak, making the internal project survivalist weak. The static is a melody of the street smart mind, leaving the terrified project thoughts behind. 147 is a signal for the heat, monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat. I see the rival in the shadow of the third floor frame, playing the ultimate neighborhood game. The iron is tucked in the waistband of the jeans, knowing exactly what the project survival means. The wind is a blade on the skin of the face, searching for the shadow of a forgotten space. The rooftop lookout guarding the zone, leaving the street soldier feeling alone. The walkie-talkie static is a ghost in the air, taking the internal project spirit to prayer. The rooftop lookout guarding the zone, ruling the kingdom from a concrete throne. The horizon is a witness to the war in the dark, leaving a permanent psychological mark. Yeah.
Eyes on the prize.
Eyes on the prize. The air is thin up here. Static and strategy. Let's go. Look. Look, the height is a blessing and the height is a curse. Watching the condition of the neighborhood worsen. I see the deals and I see the despair, taking in the gravity of the project air. The binoculars are a gift from a 95 ghost, standing at the strongest, stand the highest post. I am the sentinel of the bridge and the block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. The walkie-talkie dies and the silence is deep, monitoring the secrets that the shadows keep. I am the king of the bridge and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. I descend the stairs as the sun starts to rise, under the gaze of the paranoid eyes. The lookout is over but the mission remains, adding to the tally of the project pains. Queensbridge, stay high. The view is different from the top, but the world is yours. The beat, let the beat fade out. Yeah. 718. Yeah. I am sitting in the chair while the motor starts to hum, feeling the internal project energy become a physical manifestation of the dirt and the pride, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. The artist is a surgeon with a steady right hand, mapping out the coordinates of the hollow land. I see the 7 and the 1 and the 8 appear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. The black ink is bleeding in the pores of the arm, refusing to let the street authority get harmed. It is a brand for the soldier and the badge for the saint, turning the reality into a permanent paint. The vibration is deep in the marrow of the bone, leaving the street soldier feeling alone. But the numerals are anchors in the world of the shift, receiving the ultimate psychological gift. The tattoo of the area code tonight, shining under the reach of the tactical light. A message to the brothers in the heavy iron cage, reading the words on the violent project page. The tattoo of the area code tonight, preparing the spirit for the final fight. The ink is the loyalty and the ink is the bond, looking at the world and the project beyond. I name drop the brothers who are locked in the dark, leaving the permanent psychological mark. They look at the wall and they see the same three, searching for the spirit of the project. Me, the numbers are a bridge to the freedom in the street, monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat. Even in the jumpsuit and the shadow of the cell, the identity is ringing like a funeral bell. I feel the sting of the needle like a hornet in the vein, relieving the pressure in the paranoid brain. I remember the 95 wars on the block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. The skin is a ledger of the struggle in the wind, knowing exactly where the glory begins. The area code is a shield in the holy decree, setting the internal project spirit free. The tattoo of the area code tonight, shining under the reach of the tactical light. A message to the brothers in the heavy iron cage, reading the words on the violent project page. The tattoo of the area code tonight, preparing the spirit for the final fight. The ink is the loyalty and the ink is the bond, looking at the world and the project beyond. Yeah. 718, the bridges in the blood, for the gods behind the wall. Let's go. Look. The artist wipes the surface with a paper and the soap, feeding the hunger in the project hope. The lines are sharp and the meaning is clear, mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. I am the survivor of the 95 grind, leaving the terrified project thoughts behind. The tattoo is a witness to the path that I tread, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. I am the king of the bridge and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. The coordinates are locked and the destiny is signed, leaving the generic rappers in the distance behind. The world is a mirror of the choices we made, watching the progress that the ancestors made. I walk out the shop with the fire in the chest, putting the survival of the soldier to the test. Queensbridge, 718. Stay loyal to the soil. The world is yours. Let the beat fade out. Yeah. Visualizing the realism of the cold snap. A dental relic in the slush. The jewelry of the struggle. The mercury is falling and the wind is ablaze, watching the progress that the ancestors made. I see a glint in the gray of the industrial slush, breaking the silence of the neighborhood hush. A porcelain Mola with the yellow gold crown, reflecting the energy of the project town. It fell from the mouth of a king in the fight, cutting through the fabric of the bridge in the night. A dental relic in the middle of the street, monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat. The struggle for the corner left a scar on the ground, waiting for the terrifying project sound. I am a project pharaoh with a scavenger eye, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. The value is heavy, but the metal is scarred, keeping the heavy project spirit on guard. The gold tooth in the gutter is a souvenir of pain, reflecting the terror and the project game. Glittering bright in the middle of the freeze, feeling the vibration of the winter breeze. The gold tooth in the gutter is a dental decree, searching for the spirit of the project. Me, a king lost a piece of his identity and pride, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide. I am named dropping brothers who were dental survivors, watching the arrival of the neighborhood rivals. The struggle for the corner was a clash of the gods, beating the internal and the external odds. The blood is a frozen little river of red, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. Was it the left hook or the butt of the gun, knowing that the glory has only just begun? I reach for the relic with the gloved left hand, taking the final stand in this hollow land. The street is a dentist with a violent touch, giving the soldier a medicinal clutch. I see the reflection of the buildings in the shine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. A soldier is toothless and the soldier is broke, lost in the middle of the cigarette smoke. The gold tooth in the gutter is a souvenir of pain, reflecting the terror in the project game. Glittering bright in the middle of the freeze, feeling the vibration of the winter breeze. The gold tooth in the gutter is a dental decree, searching for the spirit of the project me. A king lost a piece of his identity and pride, with nowhere left for the spirit to hide, yeah. The pink, the winter don't respect the jewelry. Slush and go, and the bridge is frozen, Esco. Look, I am a poet of the pavement with the wisdom of the old, feeding the story that the streets have told. The tooth is a witness to the war for the block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. I clean off the grit and I look at the shine, crossing the dangerous invisible street line. The metropolis is a map of the hidden in the scene, knowing exactly what the project survival mean. I am the survivor of the 95 war, opening the path for a project war. The gold is a phantom and the gold is a ghost, standing at the weakest, stand the loneliest post. I vanish in the smoke of the industrial park, leaving the precinct in the middle of the dark. The world is a mirror of the choices we made, watching the progress that the ancestors made. Queensbridge, keep your mouth closed. The winter is cold, the world is yours. Let the beat fade out.
Visualizing the quietude of the hit. The wall is the muffler, the steel is the message. Look,
I am sitting in the dark with the oil on the rag, putting the deadly secrets in the duffel bag. The silencer is long and the finish is matte, monitoring the location where the rivals are at. I slide the heavy metal in the navy wool sock, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. It is a soft cocoon for a violent tool, following the rules of the project school. The city is a velvet ocean under the moon, anticipating the arrival of a sudden doom. I am a ghost in the hallway of the luxury high, under the gaze of the paranoid sky. The target is dreaming of the money and power, while the reaper is counting the minutes an hour. The iron is cold, but the fabric is warm, waiting for the arrival of the project storm.
the silencer in the wool sock tonight,
Hiding the flash from the tactical light.
a quiet visit to the penthouse floor.
Opening the path for a project war.
The silencer in the wool sock tonight,
Preparing the spirit for the final fight.
the city is sleeping in a velvet dream, while the internal project energy screams.
I am name dropping brothers who are phantoms of old, feeding the story that the streets have told. The elevator is rising to the 50th floor, leaving the residue on the killing room floor. My heart is a drum, but the rhythm is steady, keeping the internal project energy ready. I see the lights of the bridge in the distance far, watching the light of a dying star. The wall is a filter for the thunder and lead, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. One muffle pop and the history is written like a poisonous snake that is finally bitten in my project. Terror in the marble and glass, watching the terrified project moments pass. The carpet is thick and the carpet is red, thinking about the words that the ancestors said.
Silencer in the wool sock tonight,
Hiding the flash from the tactical light.
a quiet visit to the penthouse floor.
Opening the path for a project war.
A silencer in the wool sock tonight,
Preparing the spirit for the final fight.
the city is sleeping in a velvet dream, while the internal project energy scream. Yeah, they never hear it coming. The whisper of the bridge. Luxury is a trap. Let's go. Look,
I step off the carpet and I move to the door, feeling the weight of the project war. The city is a witness to the silence. I keep monitoring the secrets that the shadows keep. I'm the king of the bridge and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project undertow. The iron is ready and the target is near. I'm mastering the rhythm of the ultimate fear. I vanish in the double of the midnight air, taking the internal project spirit to prayer. The wall is a witness to the finality of the game, adding a new legend to the neighborhood name. I walk to the stairwell and I head for the street, monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat. The penthouse is quiet and the city is still, satisfying the hunger of the project will.
Queensbridge, the silent treatment. The world is yours. Always move in silence. Let the beat fade out.
Yeah. Visualizing the realism of the mathematics. The cardboard is the ledger. Numbers don't lie. People do. People do. Look. I am hunched over the cardboard in the dim yellow light, watching the project shadows grow long in the night. The shoebox is a vault for the secrets of the block, ignoring the ticking of the mechanical clock. I am scratching out the numbers with a leaking blue pen, counting up the blessings of the underworld men. The ink is soaking deep into the brown paper skin, knowing exactly where the violence will begin. Every digit is a story and every decimal is a soul, trying to keep the internal project energy whole. The hallway is a tunnel where the echoes never die, under the gaze of the paranoid eye. I am a project pharaoh with the ledger in the lap, mapping out the traps on the neighborhood map. The revenue is heavy, but the risk is even more, opening the path for a project war.
The ledger in the shoebox is the truth of the game,
recording the profit in the neighborhood shame.
The ink is drying slow while the hallway grows dark,
leaving a permanent psychological mark.
The ledger in the shoebox is the math of the streets,
monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat.
$1 million vision on a scrap of the trash,
monitoring the movement of the project stash. I am name dropping brothers who are owed for the weight, signaling the arrival of a sudden fate. Mathematics of the underworld is a heavy art, tearing the silence of the city apart. I see the column for the losses and the column for the gain, relieving the pressure in the paranoid brain. 100 for the lookout and 1,000 for the key, searching for the spirit of the project me. The wallpaper is peeling while the calculation grows, watching for the arrival of the neighborhood foes. If the feds hit the door, then the box goes into flame, playing the ultimate neighborhood game. The smell of the cardboard is the scent of the grind, leaving the terrified project thoughts behind. I am a witness to the numbers and the tragedy combined, mastering the rhythm of the street smart mind.
The ledger in the shoebox is the truth of the game,
recording the profit in the neighborhood shame.
The ink is drying slow while the hallway grows dark,
leaving a permanent psychological mark.
The ledger in the shoebox is the math of the street,
monitoring the rhythm of the violent beat.
$1 million vision on a scrap of the trash,
monitoring the movement of the project stash.
Yeah. Add it up, the math is raw. Cardboard Chronicles, the bridge, look.
The ink is finally dry and the numbers are set, paying the ultimate psychological debt. I slide the lid on and I tuck it under the bed, walking through the ghosts of the neighborhood dead. The shoebox is a coffin for the life that I lead, planting a terrifying psychological seed. I am the survivor of the 95 war, hoping in the path for a project war. The bridge is a witness to the paper and the ink before the internal project spirit can blink. I am the king of the tally and the master of flow, trapped in the middle of the project, undertow. The shadows in the hallway, you're reaching for the door, leaving the residue on the killing room floor. The world is a mirror of the choices we made, watching the progress that the ancestors made. Queensbridge, keep your books tight, the math never sleeps. The world is yours. Let the beat fade out, 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 out. Let the beat fade out.